Greetings and felicitations, YouTube. You're all of the Appian Way here with, as you can see on the screen, the Total War Saga Troy Ajax and Diomedes gameplay reveal. This is not the trailer that came out yesterday. I tried doing a reaction to that with the webcam. It was just like, it was unwatchable. There wasn't, for whatever reason, there was huge frame skips in the webcam footage, and really there wasn't that much to talk about with the actual trailer reveal itself. Not until after I saw the entire Twitch stream conversation with Blondie. But anyway, I haven't seen this yet, so this is going to be me reacting and going through this with you, and then we're going to talk more about Ajax and Diomedes in the current state of the game and what it could mean for the next state of the game. Okay, here we go.
Hello, and welcome to this playthrough of the new Ajax and Diomedes DLC. We're taking a look at one half of the double act, Diomedes. At a mere 20 years old, Diomedes was the youngest of the Achaeans, but despite this was a tactical genius, and unlike Achilles, who was prone to diva fits, he was a brave and well-disciplined fighter.
Okay.
Before he joined the Achaeans at the gates of Troy, Diomedes and his fellow warriors of the Epigonii fought a war to avenge the deaths of their fathers
against
and take
Thebes.
the city of Thebes.
That must be Thebes.
Laodamas, son of the former Theban king, apparently didn't get the memo and has retaken the city. So we're going to join Diomedes as he heads to war and once more puts Thebes under glorious Achaean rule.
Cool.
Diomedes was the king of Argos, which forms part of the province
just
of
south of Mycenae,
here in the eastern Peloponnese. Our quarry, Thebes, is a 3-day march north of here. Our immediate neighbours, the Corinthians, don't like us very much, and they stand between us and Thebes. So let's start a war with them.
Yay!
As my main
war.
goal is to take Thebes, I don't actually want to waste too much time on the Corinthians, but I still want them well and truly under my thumb.
The problem is that Corinth is part of the Mycenaean province,
a
so...
resource which builds up in the Master Strategist mechanic, unique to Diomedes. Let's take a look how it works. In the new Master Strategist menu, I've been given 4 objectives against the Corinthians to build up my dominance.
Okay.
Defeat their faction leader Clytios.
In battle.
Conquer their capital. Sack or raise Stymphalos. And defeat their hero, Onchestos.
Which you've already done.
Here's how I got on against him. The Master Strategist mechanic reflects Diomedes' skill as a Master Strategist who, with a judicious use of overwhelming force, can devastate his foes and then sue for peace on crippling...
Yes, the master strategy of overwhelming force. Just bring too much.
Excellent axe and sword units, like these Argive raiders.
Oh, those look good.
These units have vanguard deployment, so I'm going to send these raiders to hide. So when the enemy moves forward to meet my main force, I can surround them and brutally destroy Laos and his army.
That'll be interesting to see how it'll synergize with Ithaca.
I've completed all my objectives, as you can see by the check marks, and my dominance resource is now full. Instead of trying to capture the last 2 Corinthian settlements, I'm going to sue for peace. But as payment for not invading, I'm going to demand a crippling tribute of bronze, wood, and gold for 10 turns. I can see here this deal has a negative value, which would normally mean it would be rejected. But by adding my dominance to the deal, it tips the balance in my favor, and the Corinthians are forced to accept.
Okay. That's not bad. I wouldn't waste it on a trade deal, though.
Clever, and handsome soldier, Diomedes was of course favored by Athena, the goddess of war.
Wisdom and might.
Athena greatly admired Diomedes' father Tydeus, and nearly made him immortal, until she saw him eating the brains of an enemy who had wounded him. That's another story. Diomedes can still receive divine will from any of the cults you choose.
Yeah, there's Hephaestus, by the way. Hephaestus is free LC with this.
Diomedes' first skill is Might of Athena, which when activated, gives Diomedes a boost in melee attack and Aristeia points, which will let him activate his Aristeia earlier than other heroes.
Well, I'm not sure if that's a good thing or
I'm
not.
going to build a strategic camp in Argos.
It's definitely different.
This building line will give me increasingly powerful buffs.
And pausing. Okay. The strategic camp. Oh my god, they quoted Sun Tzu here? I'm not sure that's... Like, wait, what? Why Sun Tzu? Victorious warriors win first and only then go to war. Okay, Sun Tzu. Thank you. Art 4. Alright, so 50 favor Athena, 400 experience of all heroes per turn in this province. Okay, so if you sit around there for a while, that's actually really useful. Grants student of war trait to all newly recruited heroes and to all heroes who spend 3 turns in this region. Okay, so you stick around for 3 turns, you pick up 1200 XP and this student of war trait. I wonder what it does.
buffs to my heroes, recruited in Argolis, and Favor of Athena, which will increase as I upgrade the building. I've sent an advance army to Thebes on Areke, and on the way I've spotted Salamis, the home of Ajax. Ajax wasn't one of the Epigonii who captured Thebes, but he's a strong Achaean nevertheless, and we don't want any...
Okay, so I'm pausing it here because this part right here, reliable to name pillar diplomat unifier, that's different from the current state of the game. The current state of the game, one second, it lists Ajax as, and I'll show you this in a second, but it lists him as defensive, ardent warrior, and raider. So in the current state of the game, Ajax is somebody who's not going anywhere. He's sticking around. Diplomat I didn't expect to see on Ajax. Reliable, I suppose. Like, he's trustworthy in the sense that he's an open book. He wears his feelings on his sleeves kind of guy. Unifier is interesting, though.
Any trouble. He's already quite friendly towards me, so he won't mind my army passing through quickly. Okay, so I've built up my army and I've got a clear shot at Thebes. But, as Diomedes is wise to know, victory comes through planning. So first, I'm going to make the most of the units.
Menelaus is up here for some reason.
I've upgraded my strategic camp to a military library, which has been boosting the experience of my hero. And I've got one more tactical trick up my sleeve to make my army unstoppable. Paragon units.
Yeah, this is cool.
Paragon units are new units unique to Ajax and Diomedes. Elite versions of standard units, led into battle by an experienced captain.
Kind of like Regiments of Renown in
Warhammer.
Warhammer.
The Argos finest menu. First,
and Ajax has access to them too.
And then I choose a strategos to train them.
The way Ajax uses them, though, I think this is cooler. The way Ajax gets them is, though, he gets into like war games with other factions, and if he beats them, then he'll be able to recruit these Paragon units. And as I'm looking at it here, we have two newish units. There's this guy right here I don't quite recognize, and then this guy right here I don't quite recognize. The rest of them are fairly standard Achaean units. That's a young spear. That's a militia or an island club warrior. Take your pick. This is the low tier spearman, and then that's the Achaean slinger.
New unit will get some pretty generous buffs. Strategoi are linked to settlements. The top two live in my home settlement of Argos and Tyria. And Koronos, for example, will unlock once I take Thebes.
Oh, that's good.
I'm going to train some spearmen with Polydoros, which will take one more turn than Stenolos.
Gain the flanking and defense improved attribute.
Is too good to miss.
And 50%. Wait, I'm sorry. Go back. How much?
To train some spearmen with
50% weapon damage on a spear. Okay. I'll tell you where I'd rather be spending that. I'd rather be spending that on a club warrior, somebody who's swinging 167 damage with a 50% weapon damage boost. That's like 240. Oh my god.
Polydoros, which will take one more turn than Stenolos, but a 50% weapon upgrade is too good to miss. Okay, it's nearly time to take Thebes. I've trained a few Paragon units which should give me the edge in battle, and there's one final bit of preparation to do before I go, and that's to pray to the cult of Athena. As I've been loyally worshipping her cult since I've started, I've received some impressive buffs and will now earn her favor in battle. Let's go to Thebes. Thebes, the city of 7 gates, has been given a special makeover for this DLC. My plan is to use those 7 gates to spread the defense thinly around the city, and then use my troops' superior training and experience to mercilessly crush the enemy. I'm sending my more heavily armored units to the wall, while my Paragon units will charge in through the gates once the battering ram has smashed them in. My Argive Swordmasters, a new unit unique to Diomedes, are making short work of the heavy club units on the wall. Now my Paragon
I want stats.
Gate,
show me stats.
Mopping up any resistance on the ground. Meanwhile, our man Diomedes is taking on 2 units of spearmen on the ramparts.
He's such a boss. I really like Diomedes.
And it's not long before Laodamus' men run for it, and I insist my men live up to their reputation as aggressive warriors and chase them down and slaughter them. So Laodamus is slain, and Thebes is back under Achaean control. Where to now? It's over to you for Diomedes' next conquest.
Oh, all right. So that was the gameplay reveal on Diomedes in particular, but I do want to kind of highlight a few of the small little things that, as they currently exist in the game. This is like turn 30 on a random Agamemnon campaign, and this is the old Ajax the Great of Salamis, defensive Danaan Pillar, Ardent Warrior Raider. It looks like the only thing that's staying in the new in the update is going to be the Danaan Pillar, obviously. And then, let's see here. Let's back out of this. Let's go find our boy Argos here. There's the old Diomedes, and definitely old. He's listed as aggressive, belligerent, and warmongering. Their armies reach far with little regard for defense. A strategist, which I hope that will stay on him. Believe that offense is ever the best defense, and especially against key wealthy settlements. Danaan Pillar and servile. The strongest to emerge will be viewed as a natural ally, whom this one will strive to befriend. Sure, but let's take a look at them in particular. In the original state of the game, Ajax is a defender protector, which is probably not going to change. I think the Ajax update is really going to be more of the same. And then Diomedes is a fighter vanquisher. Again, I think this is actually probably not going to change too much. I know for a fact that Blondie said in the stream yesterday that Diomedes is a fighter. He didn't specify what type. And the defender is a solid, obviously a solid route for Ajax. I wonder if I don't think I have a defender in this campaign, but let me go ahead and show you in the custom battle screen a little bit about these kinds of characters. So this is the Defender Protector as it stands in the multiplayer scenario. It has a Divine Challenge ability. It's got Fortify for, boosting up your armor at the expense of 50% speed. It's got Immovable Force. Affected units gain armor but have reduced speed as well. So you can just, basically, the idea is sit there, take it, keep taking it, and eventually win it anyway, I suppose. I don't like the speed nerfs. That's why you almost never see me play a Defender Protector. In campaign, defenders are really cool because all of them have access to the Heraclean Throw ability. And frankly, that's awesome. And I'm a little sad that none of the heroes have Heraclean Throw. The Heraclean Throw is where the hero reaches down into the ground, grabs a boulder, and then overhand chucks it at the enemy, just like a Cyclops does. And they've already come out, and it's even in the trailer, the reveal trailer, but, this is something that Ajax is going to have, right? So presumably it will also be there for multiplayer as well. I do not yet know what mythical units Salamis is going to have, but I will be so happy if it's a Cyclops, because then I can have Ajax chucking a boulder and a Cyclops chucking a boulder, and I could double boulder snipe a hero chariot, an archer skirmisher chariot, and I would be elated. I would be so happy with that. Okay, anyway, that's enough about Ajax. Let's talk about Diomedes, who most of that trailer was about. We did get a hint of a couple of new units. Diomedes, in the current state of the game, is a fighter vanquisher. I don't expect this to change. The fighter vanquisher gets the Divine Challenge. It gets the Vanquish ability for, charge bonus and speed, and it gets this cleave thing right here. The way the two factions are going to play is kind of like a yin and a yang. Ajax is going to be very slow, very heavy, and I'm talking about the roster here, not just the hero. Slow, heavy, defensive-minded, and probably with a ton of skirmishers based on how it was described. So to me, that just sounds like it won't really work out too terribly well. Skirmishers have not been dealing the punch that I feel like a lot of other people think they should have in multiplayer battles. Whereas Diomedes and Argos have been described as being quick, fleet of foot, and even in that video, full of Vanguard deployment units to take advantage of like this Master Skirmisher scenario. So there is a lot of people talking about. There's a lot of reasons to assume that Diomedes and Ajax might have some good synergies. But I'm really excited about the possibility of having Ithaca and Argos allied together with some of the strategies that those two factions can bounce off of each other. A lot more synergy by doubling down on the Vanguard. I don't know if Argos is going to have any stock abilities, but there's a lot of potential there regardless. So those are my my quick and dirty thoughts about Ajax and Diomedes. I'm really excited about it, and I'm crossing my fingers. I sent in a second application to Creative Assembly to turn me into a verified content creator, which could mean I'd get early access to some of their stuff. I would absolutely love to be able to bring you early access content on Ajax and Diomedes. I don't know if that's going to happen in a quick enough of a time frame, since we are like 13 days away from this DLC coming out. There's going to be more information popping up on the Total War YouTube, and next week on Wednesday in the morning, they're going to be doing some campaign gameplay footage on Wednesday and Thursday, and then I think they're doing it again the following week on Twitch, the Total War Twitch. So that's stuff to pay attention for. There's more information coming our way about these guys. Sorry I haven't been bringing you too many videos this week. I've been taking some time to just kind of like self-care and heal and reflect after the really hellish week I've had. And I'm grateful to you all for the amazing support and kind things you've been saying to me, and for coming and hanging out for like that 4-hour multiplayer Siege stream that we did. That was a hell of a lot of fun. Thank you so much for that. You guys mean a lot to me. And on that note, I am like 5 or 6 subscribers away from hitting 700. And I want to do something special when the 700 subscribers hits. So leave a comment and let me know which of these ideas you feel sounds the coolest, or the things you would like to see. Because I have a whole bunch of ideas of things I would love to do. I'd love to go back and like just do like a quick, a live stream where I just quickly look at a whole bunch of the games that I've played a ton of on my channel. Just like, hitting back and grabbing the highlights of like Banner Saga, a Telltale game maybe, Faster Than Light, Into the Breach, all the stuff that I just used to play all the time, just as like a for fun thing. I've also been considering doing a co-op campaign in Troy with my girlfriend Ellie, which she and I can figure that out. We'll figure out how to make it happen. The other thing, though, and I was going to do this after I hit 666 subscribers, but, things just kind of, didn't pan out because it's, like I said, it's been a hell of a week. Doing a live stream where we run Monster Prom 2, Monster Camp. Like, for those of you who've been on my channel for 3 years, a lot of these games, you'll be like, oh yeah, I remember when he did that. This is all like going back and pulling stuff out of the bag, the bag of fun that I have. I'm thinking about starting up a Troy campaign using the Radius mod. That might be something fun to kick off after I hit 700. There's plenty to do. No Throwback Thursday this week. I'm sure you probably know that by now if you're watching this. It's already Friday. Actually, yeah, I'm recording this on a Friday. God, days. They just go right by. I'm going to return to the Throwback Thursday Glacier campaign next Thursday, and I'm going to have more Troy multiplayer videos coming your way soon, okay? I think that's everything I wanted to say, so I'll just end it right there. Ta-ta, I love you all. See you guys in the next video.